So what we're going to do today is focus on part 2. So what I wanted to specifically talk about today was smart plans, as well as campaigns, i.e. Facebook, and then your marketing profile, as well as your agent site service, your KW branded website, and then also the consumer app. So that's what we're going to cover today. So what we'll probably do, we'll probably end a little sooner, depending on your questions, and then definitely want to make sure that you get your questions answered. So I'm going to jump into it and go ahead. Let me share my screen. All right. And hopefully you're all are staying dry with all of the crazy wind and rain that we've had across all islands. Okay, so in Command, the couple of things I do want to highlight, I'm actually going to go in the reverse. I'm actually going to start with Facebook because that's going to blend over into the campaigns and also designs part of it. So I just want to be very clear of some of the basic things. Some of you may have already done this, but I just want to recap in terms of what you actually need to be able to not only post within Facebook, whether you are doing well, let me take a step back. There are 2 ways that you can post on Facebook as it relates to within Command. So you can either go into Command, or you would link your Facebook first of all. Make sure your Facebook is linked. The other thing is making sure that you have 2 accounts in Facebook, that you have not only your personal page, but also your business page. And so once you have both of those, then you would connect it. And I'm going to walk you through all of that today. And then I'm going to give you a couple of tips. Some of you that have taken my 101 is basic information that is probably going to be repetitive, but it doesn't hurt to make sure that everyone's on the same page. Miranda, you've got your hand up. Did you have a question?
Yes, ma'am. So what I'm running into with a business page, it's not letting me go out and friend people. Like,
so
they
yes,
have to come follow me, which is so limiting because I want to go follow all these people.
Exactly. So that is the challenge. The workaround that I have found and other agents do is that you would have to either in Command, in terms of some sort of email campaign, or outside of Command, that you would send your prospective clients or people that you are adding to your database, you would have to send them the actual link to do that. Another way to do that would also be able to run a paid ad. So you can run a paid ad within Facebook and or within Command. The one thing I do want to say, and then I'll repeat this as well, but there's also 2 ways to advertise. So you can actually advertise within Facebook independent of Command. However, as a Keller Williams agent, I would not encourage you to do that. And the reason is because I know it's been mentioned before, probably by your coaches, is that Keller Williams Realty Maui has a specific algorithm contract with Facebook, meaning that anytime that you are running a paid ad, it behooves you as an agent to actually go into Command and run it, because you are taking advantage of the algorithm that puts from a social media, or excuse me, from a SEO, search engine optimization standpoint, it puts you top in the ranking. So all of the other agents with other brokerages are down here. Keller Williams is up here in terms of being able to see your post. So let me give you a couple of quick things from the marketing side as it relates to your marketing profile. Then I'll show you the connect. And then I want to highlight a couple of things within Facebook as well. So within Command, within your dashboard, the first thing you want to do is, if you log in and you don't see an avatar or a picture here, you would simply click on this box. It will be grayed out. If you didn't have a picture, you would simply click on that, and hopefully did it. I guess they're not letting us. They used to let us do that, but let's go to profile. So you can click on the drop-down option, go into profile. And then within profile, it'll come up, you'll see your connect. See how this is highlighted here, connect. You'll be in your connect profile. And then from here, you can change your picture. So you would just simply hover over this and change it. So that's the way that you can change your profile image. So now let's go back into the drop-down option. We're going into settings. And I knew that was going to happen. So hold on just a minute. I think since I shared my desktop, hopefully you'll still be able, can you see my incognito black screen? Yes, no, yes.
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 Okay,
Yes.
great.
We just had a
Okay,
microphone.
I'm gonna make sure, okay. All right, so hopefully we're good to go now. So go back into settings. So then within settings, just a reminder about the marketing profile, and then we'll talk specifically about Facebook. So within settings, if you look to the left where it says back to command home, you want to go to connect settings, and then from connect settings, marketing profile. The reason why I'm walking you through this is because you want to make sure that before you start advertising within command, using designs, going into your website, you want to make sure your marketing profile is up to date. And so here, you can either click on the Kelly guide, but since I did mine already, you can also go through it methodically. You just scroll through it and you can still upload or change a photo. Team logo, if you wanted to add that, you would put in all your data information, your bio, your contact information. The key thing here is you can reach out to me if you have clarifications in terms of compliance. But in compliance, you need to make sure that it says KW Maui West. You want to make sure that you have the office number here. So the office number is your main office. So if you are in Kona, it would be the Kona office. If you are in Hilo, it would be the Hilo office. If you're in Kauai, Kauai would actually be using the Central Kahului office numbers. So this is the Kahului office number. You would have the corresponding address and then the zip and then and then the brokerage license. I would encourage you that if you don't have this written on your phone or in your notes or somewhere, make sure that you save this brokerage license number because you're going to need to use that. So it's RB21851. So I'd save that and make sure you have it. Compliance, legal footer, Keller Williams Realty Maui, having our RB, our brokerage license in there, the address. For everyone that's on the Big Island, you need to have both the Big Island, either Kona and the Kahului address, or if you're Hilo address and the Kahului. The reason is for compliance purposes, you need to have both of those because our brokerage number is actually associated to the Kahului address. So you need to make sure that that's in your legal footer. And then you just scroll down and you wouldn't get your branded KW website here. You can put your link here, but I'll show you how to get that shortly. So then you would save that. And if you have questions, just reach out to me. Next, I want to go back to settings, and I want to tackle Facebook. So within Facebook, when you go into, again, how I got here is I went to the drop-down avatar, went to settings, and this is when I get to settings to see all the third-party connecting apps. So you want to make sure that your Facebook post scheduler is connected. If you have any questions about which page is connecting to, you can either click on manage, and manage will let you see what's connected. And if that doesn't give you any answers, you can always disconnect and reconnect. Essentially what you want to do is make sure that when you connect your Facebook by simply clicking on connect here, if it was connect, then what you would do is you would make sure that you select your realtor license box. So let's jump into Facebook because I do want to talk about a couple of things. Let me see if I can go in here. And hopefully it'll let me go in this way. Okay, so this is the Keller Williams Realty Maui Facebook page, but I want to go here for now. So when you are in your page, this is just Keller Williams page, but there's a couple of things I want to call to action on. You want to make sure that you have a business Facebook page. That's number one. And then number two, the best practices as it relates to the cover photo. So this, where it says edit cover photo, this is what I'm referring to. I see a lot of agents that when they have their cover page, they just have a beautiful image like this, but they don't have a call to action. So make sure that when you are creating your cover Facebook cover page, that you are including a call to action. So if you want to use a beautiful picture like this, then go ahead, Dustin, sorry.
All right, what do you mean by call to action?
I was just going to give you the example.
There,
okay.
sorry.
Yeah, no worries. You're ahead of me. So what I mean by that is this. So if you're choosing to use a beautiful image like this, then what a call to action could be is, you know, reach out to me to find your home in paradise or something like that. Something short. I mean, not too wordy, but, you know, call me for your dream property on Maui or something like that. So that's what I mean by call to action, meaning don't just have a pretty photo on your Facebook cover page, but actually tell them to do something. Because I see a lot of agents that have beautiful imagery on their cover photo, but they don't have a call to action. Does that make sense now what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because what you want to do is you want to get those looky-loos, those surfers that are just they could have, you know, by chance, happenstance, run across your Facebook ad or your Facebook page and tell them what you want them to do. And so let me show you an example. It's a shameless plug on my part, but I'm going to show you mine. Hopefully I can. Or actually, no, I think I can go here. Let's do this. Yeah, let's go here. Okay, so this is my page for my business. I do staging. And so so then here, this is my profile. So I've got a staged home that I did. And then I have a call to action. You know, I'm ready to execute your next home because my word for the year is execute, you know, do the work. So something like that, a call to action tells them what to do, very simple, very succinct. So that's what I mean by that. Comments or questions before I go back to, oh, one other thing I want to say, and let me go back to the KW one. There we go. The other thing that I want to say is before you start, and if you've done this in the reverse, it's no worries, but moving forward, what I would encourage you from a marketing standpoint is before you start advertising your business within Facebook, I would make sure that you've got 1 or 2 posts in general. So don't just put your paid advertising out there and not have any post on your Facebook page. Even if it's just saying something, hey, I just got my real estate license today or something, whatever it is, but just make sure that you have some posts that basically when people go to your Facebook, they can actually see some posts or comments that you've already done. So it's just not, you know, just like a brand new page with no posts at all. So it gives you credibility. So making sure that, you know, at the very minimum, hey, I'm in real estate. You can share your why, you can share your journey, whatever it is, but just making sure that you've got some posts already within your Facebook page. So any comments or questions before I go back to command? Good.
I have a quick question, Latasha.
Yes.
I liked your cover a lot, but I noticed you had a turquoise band going across it. How did you do that? Is there a template, or how did you create that?
No, I actually hire a graphic design artist that she does my stuff for me. So that's how I did that. But you can do banners in design. So I'll show you that. So you can do banners like that in design. I'll show you.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, so back into command. So now making sure that your Facebook is connected. Then from there, let's actually go into designs first. Let's be linear in what we're doing. Okay, so now in designs, let me show you how you can create your cover page within command. So within designs, and if you ever get confused about the name of the applets, remember to click on the red portion of this, and then it'll elongate and tell you where you are. So we want to go into social, and then we want to hit the plus sign at the bottom. Social, yes, we want to be there, and I need to move my, and let's go here. And hopefully this doesn't do this, because last time it was giving me some issues when I accepted the cookies.
What'd you click to get there?
Hold on, let me get back.
Never mind. I found
Got it? Okay, yeah.
I think so.
Oh, I knew it was that. So I don't know if it's something with command, but let me see if I can get back there. Let me clear my browser history. And go back in. See if I can. Let's see if I can go this way. Oh my God, this is painful. Let's see. Let me try one more thing. Let's actually go back in.
There's nothing in Workday. I don't think it really sends anything through Workday. Just says thank you for your application. You can just let him know that you got the automated reply to the application, and that's the only thing all day.
All right, so let me try one more route. Let me come back to designs and let me see. But essentially within designs, what I was going to do is show you how to find the templates for the cover page. And I'm keep getting an error message when I do that. So let me circle back on that, but I want to see if I can jump into something else. Hopefully I don't get the same problem. And I'm going to minimize this screen for a little bit to see if that will help. Okay, so let's skip down to consumer, and then we'll come back to designs. So consumer app is the last applet on the left-hand side. And so you'll notice here that I'm on the landing pages and then agent site pages. So really quick, one thing that I do want to note is that once you configure your agent website, and then how many of you actually have configured your website? Show of hands. Okay. So then you'll be able to access this here. Thanks. So you'll be able to access that there. And then if you ever need to change something or update something, you can also click on configure your website. For those people that have not, you can simply click up here where it says create a new site. So you would click there. It'll say on my agent site or as a standalone, it'll be agent site, and you would just go follow the prompts that way. But let me get out of here because I don't want to mess anything up. So I'm going to hit configure site. When you get to this, it'll say, what provider would you like to use for your site? So you always want to select this one where it says, I want to use, oh, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
Sorry, could you go ahead? Can you go back to that page where you clicked on design agent site?
Yeah, so right here or the one above there?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, so the one above it is, so down here where it says, if you have configured your website, it would have it here in terms of what your URL is. And then on here, it says configure website. So if you never did this, it'll say something down at the bottom, configure your site. If you wanted to do a new site from scratch and you didn't do anything, then you would click above here. So that's where I was. So here, I'm just going to reconfigure because I'm going to show you where you can access your app, your URL for your app as well. So again, assuming, let me back up. Even when you configure your KW branded website for the first time, if you ever want to make changes, you're going to have to go through this same process again. Don't worry, you're not going to mess anything up. You just want to make sure that you're validating everything that you have done. So it's going to pretend like you haven't done this before, but you have, because you saw my URL. So you want to be where it says, I want to use the new KW agent site. So you click on that and then you submit. And then it's going to take you to the Kelly guides. How I know I'm in the correct guide is it says agent sites, which that's exactly where I want to be. So then you hit get started. And then here it's going to say basically compliance reminders, making sure you've got your DBA and your compliance. So then here, the first prompt, it says choose your subdomain. Now I've already chosen my domain, but I always want to hit confirm just to make sure that I'm talking about this specific domain that I've already claimed. So then down further, it says marketing profile. So if I needed to make some changes, I could go through my marketing profile and make sure I can make those changes if need be. If I needed to add a different image, I could just go through all of that. If I wanted to add my Facebook business page URL, I'd put that there. I'd put Twitter there, LinkedIn if you have it, Instagram, YouTube. And then here you'll see once you configure your website, you'll get a KW app link. So you want to make sure you hit copy and save that, save it in your phone, save it wherever you want. So that's how people can download your app and you can send them that link. So then you would simply hit copy and it's copied, and then you can send that out however you want. So then save and continue. Where it says style and theme, it gives you the option to be able to select whatever you want. So you can do the red KW, or if I wanted to do dark this time, I could change it to dark, but I'll just stick with red KW. And then here it says your homepage text, meaning your landing page. You could have whatever vernacular, whatever phrase you want to have. So I just put in find your home in paradise. You can say whatever you want to say. So then you would upload your image that you want. And I just did an uploaded image. And then that's it. You just hit save and continue. And then here it says customize your site's content. We did that navigation part. If you wanted to add more pages about me, then you would simply just go through that process. I'll add all of that information in there. And then as you're typing on the right-hand side, you'll see that on the left-hand side, it breaks down everything. I don't have mine built out because I'm not an agent, but you would. And then you just scroll down to the content. If you wanted to add more stuff, you could add more. Basically this, if you see my mouse, all of this information right here, which I need to actually get a marker to insert it. So this headline here, this whole banner area is what I'm talking about. So you would have these drop downs, section 1, section 2. So this would be section 1. The next one would be section 2, so forth and so on. So then the footer title, if you wanted to change the footer title, so I'm just going to do it here and just say test. You see out on the left, it shows. So then you do test, continue, continue. If you needed to change anything about the message, here you could say contact, instead of contact us, mine says, it should say contact me. And then your SEO description. So does everyone understand what SEO description is?
No.
Okay.
No.
So SEO description is this. So once you post or submit your agent site services or your KW branded website to go live, the SEO description helps build your position when people do searching. So if you, within your SEO description, keywords you want to include would be whatever keyword that page is. So if this was a contact page, I would put contact, and then you would do like a hashtag contact, hashtag Raiden real estate agent, hashtag Big Island, hashtag, you know, anything that you can think of that people are going to actually do a search that involves real estate, you would put that information in there. So then once your website goes live, as people are doing just straight, you know, Google searches, you'll start floating to the top if you consistently do those taggings on the back end side of your SEO, and then also within your text in an actual post. So when you're posting, making sure that you're doing hashtag, you know, Maui or Big Island, hashtag real estate, hashtag Zillow, hashtag whatever it is. That's what the SEO description means. Does that clarify it?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And we put that down where? In which box area?
So right here where it says SEO description, you see that?
Yes.
So then I would encourage you to do this. I would do a phrase, and then I would do, you know, 4 or 5 hashtags or whatever. It's totally up to you. But I would do something like Raiden, you know, realtor, something like that, or, you know, Big Island. You're Big Island, right, Raiden?
No, I'm Maui.
Maui.
Okay, Maui. So then Maui.
Do they
And
have to
then
be
I
in
would do my
hashtag
series
form?
of hashtags.
They have to be in hashtag?
So I would do a combination of both. That's why I would say I would do a short phrase and then do a series of hashtags. And you could do like 4 or 5. Like some of the most common ones I'm going to tell you right now would be wherever your island is, it would be real estate, realtor, broker, first time home sale, land in terms of acquiring land or just land in general. Zillow is another one. I will also tell you that Zillow is actually building out a hashtag called Find My Happy Place. I would put that in there too. And what Zillow is doing, just so you know, and the reason why I know this is because I have previously been in marketing. So Zillow actually is building out a hashtag entitled Find My Happy Place. And so a lot of agents have started using like hashtag Zillow, and Zillow's kind of getting wise to that. And so if you go through some of Zillow's posts, I would encourage you to follow them. I would utilize those hashtags because the people that are following them, if you start using their hashtags, that's just going to increase your visibility. So don't recreate the wheel. Let somebody else create it and you just, you know, tag on for the ride. That's what I do. So my 2 cents, take it or leave it. So, but it works. I mean, for me and my business. Yes.
I have a question on like the photos when you go back towards that page where you can add your own headliners. Can we use photos from like people's MLS or photos from houses on the MLS if we get permission from the listing agent and the sellers?
Yes, you can. So just make sure that you get permission, but you can absolutely use that. I would even go so far as to, once you get permission, you can actually add pages to your website. And what I would do is I would add a page to your website, assuming that the listing agent is on board with this. I would add a specific page that says something like, you know, featured listings or whatever. And I would do a page, standalone page that's attached to your website with that information on it. Because you have to think about it from an SEO standpoint. The fact that you have a custom page where you can have specific SEO descriptions and hashtags associated with that, it's not only going to help you with that standalone page, but it's also going to help you from your overall website. So you've got two ways to get more exposure, if that makes sense.
What did you say SEO stands for, so I can write it down?
Yes, search engine optimization.
Gotcha.
And someone else had a question or comment or? Nope. Okay. So let me go back to where I was, but great question. So here, that was just about me or whatever vernacular you want to have in terms of, you know, how you want to call yourself out in terms of information about me. So then you put that in there, you can do your contact page, and then you would just hit save and continue.
Sorry, Latasha.
Yes.
You had said you're saying add a page. How do you do that?
Let me get out of here and I'll show you.
So, okay, thanks.
Any other comments or questions about this part? So let me get in here. Let me answer.
You're amazing.
Oh, thanks. Let me deal with Dustin's question. Okay, so we were in the agent site pages. That's where we were initially. Then once you build it out, then you'll have your URL for your KW website. But let's go to landing pages to answer Dustin's question.
So when you,
yes.
So with the Kelly app, you hit agent, not consumer.
So let me take a step back on that. There's two different apps, and I know it's confusing. I try to make sure that when I am talking about there's a My Kelly app, and the
Correct.
My Kelly app is for the agent, you know, your intra-facing, if you will, ability to connect to all of your platforms within Command. Then we have a consumer facing, which is the KW Consumer app. With the KW Consumer app, that is the link URL that's associated with your MyKate. So let me go back here for just a minute to make sure I'm connecting the dots appropriately. So this website, which is my KW branded website, links up to my consumer app. And the consumer app is the white background with the red KW logo on it. That's the consumer.
And I have that, and I thought I was following you, but I'm in Kelly Guys. I hit agent. I don't see the box to add SEO.
Okay, so then you would need to be in, you should be in your My KW branded website. That's where you saw that.
Okay, so not Kelly.
That's correct.
Gotcha.
Okay, all right. Okay, so now going back to Dustin's questions about landing pages. So once you have created your website, you can go to landing pages, and what you can do is this. Click on create a new site. So then if you wanted to be on your My KW branded website, you would click here. Or if you wanted it to be a standalone page in and of itself, you would click there. So let's just go here, and then I'm going to click create page. So then it's going to go through this process. And so when you create this page, the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you save it. So I'll just say featured listing, because that's what we had talked about earlier. So then featured listing. So I saved it. So then from here, you see on the right-hand side, we call these widgets. And so you can build out this landing page that's connected or will be connected to your KW branded website. So if I wanted to have my agent profile, I would just click and drag. So then as long as you have your marketing profile up to date, it's going to kick over that. Let's say, what else do I want to put in here? What if I wanted to do a testimonial? So then I would click and drag and hopefully, let's see, do it. Yeah. So then if I wanted to do a testimonial build out, so then I would put that in here and then I could edit that or next edit that, but we're just adding the widget right now. And then if we wanted to do like just a contact form at the bottom, let me move my pictures of you guys. And then I'm going to do a contact form at the bottom. So I'm just going to click and drag. So then that went down there. So then once I build my page that I want to add to my KW branded website, then I would simply hit configure widgets, because configure widgets is going to allow you to edit the information that I just put in there. So if you can think about it this way, I'm just building my form or my template. So now I need to confirm that this is how I want it to look. So now I need to go in and add the content or the data. So then you hit configure widget. So then here you see where it says testimonial with the arrow, and then it says 2 of 3. You want to make sure that you go back here. So now I'm at 1 of 3. Does everybody see that? So this is the first part of the landing page that we're creating. So then I would just go in here and change it. If I wanted to add a different title, if I wanted to say featured listings, or this one I'm using as a testimonial. So I'll just say my clients, whoops, love me, something like that. I'm just making it up. So then you would put whatever your role in the company is, about bio title if you wanted another title. But again, this is just your information here. Then you would have your little bio here, and then contact Latasha or whatever you want to say. So then once you're finished or you have it the way that you want, you just hit save and apply. And my internet normally is a little faster when I'm home, but for some reason it's taking a little time. So any questions while we are waiting for this wheel of death to finish? None?
Is it in this particular page, is it possible to add pictures of the listing? Is this what we would do, like a seller's listing presentation?
So this would not be the seller's presentation. You would actually go in designs for that, and hopefully we can get back to designs and I'll show you where that is. But this would be for a standalone page in terms of, you know, if you wanted a page to promote your KW app, if you wanted a standalone page to do featured apps, or in this case, I'm building a standalone page for client testimonials. You can put that in there. So let me see if I can refresh, because it seems like it's taking a long time.
Can I ask a question too? How soon is this going to be available to watch again?
Say that again.
How soon is it going to be available for us to watch again?
Oh, so I will, I'm thinking probably by Friday. I'll try to see if I can get it to you by tomorrow, but Friday for sure. I try not to overpromise.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So let's see why. Reload. Yes, reload. Okay. So for whatever reason, it's just reloading. So that's fabulous. So what we'll do is we'll just go very quickly. Let's do agent. I'm going to click the agent one. And then here I'll do the listing one, just so you can see. And then I'm just going to configure widget. And I'm not going to make any changes at this time, just so we don't get caught up in the wheel of death. But you get the idea. So basically you would go into exactly what I did before. On the widgets, you would click and drag it over, So then here would be like the featured listing. And then I would just make sure that I get permission from the listing agent. And then you would go see where it says here, where it says agent branded website, and it's got a check mark. That means that everything is good. So then here, if I wanted to, I'd go into listing, put in all that information, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say done. And then back out, but you would go through the saving of it. And I'm not sure why I'm having the issues that I'm having, but I don't want to get caught in something. But that's how you would do it, Dustin. Sorry, I couldn't do it all the way, but does that answer your question?
Yeah, it's cool. Thank you.
Okay. So let's go back into, let's see if designs will let me do what I want to do. So social plus social next. It must be something in designs.
I can see myself having a lot of fun in designs. Just being like, oh, what am I gonna
I
make
know
today?
when it works, I would be, as you can see, I do a lot of stuff in designs. I'd be more than happy to walk you through, but for some reason today, designs is.
Could be the Zoom bandwidth. It could be the Zoom bandwidth, maybe.
No, it actually, it's been glitchy all day today. And sometimes leading up to family reunion, there's a lot of plugins that's going on. So, no, I don't need that. Let me see if I can.
Hey guys, while we're waiting, I just want to let you know that if you watch the caravans, because today was the first chance I had to watch the caravans, they give away wine every week. You
give
can
away
win
what?
things. They put your name in the drawing.
Oh,
And so, and the West Side one for sure was sponsored by the Home Guide magazine, but like you win 2 bottles of wine and something else. I haven't done the other caravan, but just so you know, it's an added bonus. It was really cool.
Nice.
thanks, Miranda.
Every time you join in and watch it, you get your name in, and every time you want them to put your featured listing, you get your name in twice. So those are important things right now.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go back in. I'm not going into designs because something is going on. I'm going to go into campaigns. So within campaigns is this. So whenever, let's go back to, remember we started this training about Facebook, making sure that you've got your Facebook business page, making sure you've got your Facebook connected in terms of the third-party apps connected. So now what we want to do is we want to give an overview for actually posting ads within or posts within Facebook. So the first thing you want to do is this. This is our dashboard. So we can do paid ads here. We can do emails. We can do direct mail. And then we can do social posts. So I'm just going to focus on social posts right now. So click on social post. So once you do social posts, you can actually scroll down and actually create a post within the specific date. Or you can hit create a new campaign. It's going to say, what do you want to do? Do you want to do a social ad, search ad, social post, direct mail, email? We want to do social post. So then what it's going to do is it's loading the template. So then from here, you can put in your text, whatever it is. The thing that I would encourage you to do from a marketing standpoint is when you're doing social posts, try to integrate emojis. Some of you I know may not be into emojis. But they do pay off because they do help you from an algorithm standpoint. So whatever your text is, put that in there. And then you can say, you know, if it's tech, then you would do an emoji and something, you know, I'm just doing random stuff for now. So then you put whatever text you want in there. So for those of you, I can't remember what my Mac shortcut, but shortcuts for emojis for PC is the Windows button and then the / semicolon. So hit it at the same time, and that's how I got my shortcut for emojis. So then here, if you have some existing designs in within designs, command designs, you can add up there. Or you can do an upload a photo with another image that you have somewhere else. Or if you wanted a video, you could click on video, do the same with the video. Or if you wanted to add a link, you could add a link here. So then you would just build out this post. As you build it out, it's going to show up. You notice how when I put tech and then my calendar, it showed up on the right-hand side. So if I were to add a photo, once I add it, then it's going to go into the preview post mode on the right-hand side. And then your DBA logo, and then you can either schedule the post or publish it immediately. And then at the bottom, it's going to tell you where this post is going. So for me, it's going to, because I've connected my personal business page, it'll go to that, but it'll show you if there's multiple accounts that you've linked, it'll show you which one, and you just simply click on the one that you want. So that's the post part. Any questions about the post part? Just the regular post, no money involved.
Is that the same way that Nicole showed us how to make that video yesterday?
I don't know, but she may have done it in designs. I don't know, but you can create a video from here. So I'm not sure, but you can go two ways. So you can create a video within campaigns where I'm at, absolutely. And then you can also create a video within designs.
She's referring to the
you.
neighborhood video. Latasha.
Say that again.
She's referring to the neighborhood video.
Oh, okay, neighborhood video. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so you can do it two ways. So let me back out of here. Is that you, Nicole?
It is.
Hey. So we've had some issues with command as it relates to design. So I may have to schedule a time that works to actually focus on designs, because designs kept crashing on me. But I'll just wrap up with paid ads and then I'll turn it over to you. I'm sorry, my phone's going off. Okay, so paid designs. This is the part that's interesting for all KW. Because of the partnership that we have with Google, you can do a paid ad, and you can basically run an ad for, $30, $15, whatever it is you want. But typically a lot of agents do that sweet spot of $30. And you're going to get more leverage from your ad as opposed to going into Facebook and running an ad. Make sure that when money is involved, you are running all of your paid ad campaigns in Command. And so there you would just simply go, once you get to paid ads, Teal is your friend. I'm going to always tell you that. It lets you know where you are. So then go back into create a new campaign. This time we want to do social ad. And then here you can enter the campaign name, and then you can select, am I advertising a listing? If you have a listing, or if you have permission from a listing agent to advertise their listing, advertise multiple listing, attract talent, brand awareness, whatever you want. And then it'll say, where will you run this campaign? Is it Instagram? Is it Twitter? All of these things are connected. So then you would do, if it's Facebook, you would select Facebook. I'm just going to do brand awareness for now. And let me move this out of the way. And then set campaign. Whoops, I forgot my name. I'm just going to do test 1. And then set up campaign. So then same as the social post, it's going to take you pretty much, it's going to look very similar. And then you'll notice there's pop-ups with Gary Keller. So then I could actually add a listing if this is a listing. I can always change, this is my title. I can always change it if I want to. So I would click on add a listing. And so one of the things that I want to be very clear about is anytime you're adding a listing and you have issues, you want to check to make sure, am I searching by property address? Am I searching by MLS or the listing agent, whatever it is you're doing? And then here, see underneath search, it says only my listings. Make sure you have selected all, because sometimes agents will run things and they don't check to make sure this is all listings is accurate. So then if I wanted to do a listing agent, I don't know. Let's see if Dean Otto will pop up, see what he's got going on. Which Dean's always got a lot going on. Let's see. I can't find the one that I was looking for. I don't see it. I'm just going to select one of these. So let's just say this is the one that Dean gave me permission to advertise. So then it's going to auto-populate all of this information. Whatever Dean selected in terms of his header image is going to pop up. And then I could just build out this by adding the text, adding the description, again, the description, keep it short and concise. Don't have, a long paragraph. You can, but just, people have a short attention span, so be mindful of that. And then you could do add media if you wanted to. Channel options where it says Facebook ad, you will configure that because that's where you would get into more of the detail about the account, what page it's going to, confirming that. Am I using the use Facebook lead generation form, or am I doing a site or landing page? You always want to default to the Facebook lead generation form unless you're doing something specific and you have a separate standalone page. Then whatever the call to action is, learn more, buy now, whatever it is in terms of the options, sign up, apply now, learn more. So, and then if you wanted to add a destination URL in terms of where you want to direct them to, you could add that. Add targeting, you could either use custom settings or you can just say whatever location in terms of the mile radius. And then you would just go down to duration and budget. You'd be able to say your dates in terms of when you want it to start, when you want it to stop, what's the budget max, and then it gives you a breakdown per channel. And then you're good to go, save it. But before you post anything, you need to make sure that you do a screenshot and you email it to Michelle Del Rosario to approve it for compliance. And the one thing I will say about this, and I'll turn it over to you, Nicole, is that I would do this. I would be very strategic when you get to posting on your social media because you want to make sure, first of all, you're in compliance. So say, for example, I want to do a series of posts where maybe I want to post about one listing, or I want to do a week or 2 weeks of, talking about listings in my post. I would create a generic template and I would create it. Then what I would do is I would screenshot it and then I would tell Michelle, I'd say, hey, I'm planning on featuring this listing or aspects of this listing for the next, week or whatever. And then say, I'm just changing out the content, but I just want to make sure the body, the main stuff is approved. So then that way, once you get it approved the first time, you don't have to keep going back to her. You can get it approved that one time and just say, I'm going to run this, for however long the duration is. And that's how you get around, having a little more flexibility, but also making sure that you're in compliance. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. Nicole, I'm gonna turn it over to you. I do apologize that I didn't get a chance to do design, so that kind of messed up my flow, but hopefully it wasn't too all over the place. But I think we got some great ground covered, hopefully. I don't know.
All right, quick question.
Yes.
How do you screenshot on your desk on a laptop?
So on a laptop for PC users, you would want to make sure that you download or get the app. It's called a snippet tool. So you would want to make sure you get a snippet tool. And then at the bottom of your footer, there's going to be a pair of scissors that pops up with a red circle. And then you would simply click that. And every time you want to do a screenshot, you would do that. On your Mac, is it?
Shift Command 4.
Yes, thank you. I go between the two, but sometimes I get stuck in my head.
Shift Command 4 is actually not a screenshot. You can pick the size of your shot. So you just drag it and it'll give you a frame. It'll just take a shot in the frame.
Shift Command 4.
Yeah, that's Mac. And on some PCs, there's actually a button at the top that will take a screenshot. I don't know what it looks like, but I've seen it on my husband's before. That sounded like a screenshot.
Yeah. So it should be function F8. I think there might be a single key for that, but I just always use the snippet tool because it's so easy to use.
I think it's F4.
Thanks. But yeah, I use a snippet tool because in that way I can get exactly what I want and what I don't want. So I have control over it. So that's why on a PC I use a snippet tool, but you use whatever works for you.
Natasha, I have a question. Can I ask one last quick question? Will you be going over smart plans at all and how to set one up? Because on command it said it says set your own smart plan up, and I'm not really sure how to do that. Or
Yeah, so
what the
we
goal of
covered
that
it
is.
a little bit last time, and what I can do is if Nicole will grant me some more time with you, then I'll hopefully be able to circle back on designs and then smart plans. We did cover it a little bit last time, but you can also reach out to me, and then what I'll do is I will give Michelle, or actually I know Michelle, I'll give Nicole my Calendly link, but what I'll do is I'll put it in the chat. And you can always schedule a one-on-one with me. So let me do that now. And then Nicole, I gave you co-hosting rights. So you should be good to share your screen while I'm doing that.
Yeah, I didn't get all that fancy stuff done. So we're going to do this a little more old school style. But, and FYI, if we decide, Latasha and I'll talk after today's class. If we need a part 3, we can always work in a part 3 for you guys, just because, that's, if it's beneficial, we'll make it happen. Yeah, so I'm just here to give away prizes because I don't know when I'm gonna see you guys again. So you sent me your little clips of your social media 15 minutes. I'm very proud of, there's 15 of you that sent me your clips. So here is what I am giving away.
When did this happen?
In class on Tuesday.
Oh my gosh, okay.
So here's the deal. 15 of you sent me your clips or your images that you had added to your calendar, your 15 minutes to get ready for your social media. So I'm going to give away a couple prizes. So I'm going to give away 2 prizes. They're going to be the same, but it's going to be your choice. So prize number 1, this is only going to apply for those of you on Maui, but I am going to give away either you can choose a condo book, which by the way, condo books are $50 a piece. So you could get a free condo book if you're a Maui agent. That's what I'd say if you don't have one yet. And if you're on the Big Island or you already have a condo book, you can choose any other book plus a $25 Starbucks gift card. And I'm giving away 2. Okay, so you guys understand what you're winning?
Kayla, if I win, you can have mine.
Oh, look at that. That was nice. And he's on here, so he's got that right. Now, so I have numbers 1 through 15, and we are going to leave the power in the hands of the most techie powerful person we have on this call, which is our tech concierge, Miss Latasha. So you need to pick me 2 numbers between 1 and 15. Give them to me one at a time so I can announce who it is.
3.
Okay, number 3 is Miranda Watson. Miss Miranda.
Come on.
Yay,
Beth.
I've had a good day.
She's having a good day. Awesome. Okay, so that's our first winner is Miranda, and I'll find out which one. Do you know which one you want, Miranda?
So is the condo book different than the one I would have picked up in October or November?
No, it'll be the same one.
Damn it, I paid the $50.
I know.
Okay, then I'll do the other something and the gift card.
Okay, perfect. So she's 25 Starbucks and another card. Okay, perfect. All right, 1 through 15. Miss Latasha.
11.
11 is Andy Madrid. Congratulations, Andy. Nicely done. Andy will be choosing not the condo book because he's on the Big Island. So he will be choosing another book and a $25 Starbucks gift card. So I will arrange that with you. Everybody else other than Sam Harris on the West Side, which his book is over there, should have received their book from the last round. So thank you for letting me crash your party. I have another appointment in 2 minutes. You guys are awesome. Have fun. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Nicole.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. And then I'll be in touch with Nicole. I appreciate your time, but I put my Calendly link in the calendar. So reach out to me and I will make sure that Nicole has it as well. Thank you.
Thanks,
Ahoy ho.
Natasha.
Bye.